Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi my loves, it's Destin Choice and you're watching Choice TV. So in today's video, I really wanted to get on here and talk about Natalie Nunn and the evolution of Natalie Nunn and the fact that a lot of us forgot what she said about Rihanna a couple years ago. Now I kind of want to bring it back and give a lot of people in this new generation a throwback kind of video and talk about the controversy surrounding around Natalie Nunn and her beef and issue with Rihanna back in the early 2000s.
Chris Brown's that hard. Do you like Chris Brown? No. What do you mean no? He beat up his girlfriend. Why would I like him? Who cares? Because she was a punk bitch. She got her ass beat for a reason.
There's no reason to beat a girl.
Yeah, Rihanna's crazy. You don't know her.
I don't care. You don't hit somebody.
She's crazy.
You can work everything out with words. You don't need to hit somebody.
I want them. I want Chris Brown. Chris Brown's waiting for me.
So if y'all didn't know, Natalie Nunn is pretty much one of the biggest entertainers in the world right now because her show Baddies, her controversial trash reality television show Baddies, is pretty much taking over the world. It's a huge successful hit. It's really successful. People are loving it and millions of people are tuned in. To the point where Natalie has pretty much solidified herself in reality television history. Even people like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are watching the show, to the point where Nicki Minaj famously name-dropped Natalie in her new song with Lil Uzi Vert. So Natalie Nunn obviously isn't going anywhere and obviously has solidified herself in pop culture. But Natalie Nunn, despite all the things she's done in her trials and tribulations, Natalie, for some reason, is still here. Her messy behavior and her nasty antics play a big role on why she's been able to maintain relevancy throughout years in the media. But do y'all remember when Natalie Nunn picked at Rihanna and they had a whole beef in the media and she alluded to the fact that she was fucking Chris Brown? Like, do people literally just forget that? The reason we're going to revisit this topic, even though this is literally damn near 15 years old, is because Natalie Nunn recently posted a TikTok dancing to Rihanna's song, and there's this new little Rihanna challenge going on TikTok. And many people were thoroughly confused because for a lot of people, it's like, do you not remember what you said to Rihanna and the weird shit you did to Chris Brown? Because that's a big reason why Natalie got so famous back in the early 2000s. And the Rihanna scandal is a big reason why Natalie even catapulted to so much success so quickly. And honestly speaking, I really got to give the credit to TikTok. Because TikTok is a big reason why so many past scandals have resurfaced, and many of these past scandals have pretty much resurfaced because a lot of people have brought them back into fruition. With one of them being Kaya and Trina's very dangerous feud that literally lasted like 18 years. Then there's Tyra Banks and her controversial show and the way she treated some of the contestants. Then there was the horrible scandal where famous actress from the movie Edward Scissorhands, Winona Ryder, literally shoplifted hundreds of dollars worth of clothes out of a Saks and caused a lot of ruckus in the media. One of the many scandals a lot of people oftentimes remember but oftentimes forget to talk about is the scandal involving Natalie Nunn and the fact that she tried to purposely attach herself to Chris Brown just so she can get in between Rihanna and Chris Brown's public feud. Because as we all know, Chris Brown virtually got into a horrible domestic violence dispute with Rihanna, and for some reason, Natalie wanted to attach herself, and that was the start of Natalie Nunn's career.
And I just let him know, like, you don't want me to really go there. Like,
Right.
I will put some naked pictures of you out on the internet.
You do not have naked pictures of Chris Brown.
What? Where's the laptop?
So back in the early 2000s, as we all know, social media was booming. People were tweeting all types of crazy shit, doing all types of crazy things. Celebrities were fighting back and forth on Ustream, YouNow, YouTube, and much more. And social media was just a completely different place. If social media was as popping as it is today, there'd be a lot of people getting canceled back then. And Natalie Nunn would definitely be one of those people. So about 13 years ago, season 4 of the very popular and tumultuous reality show Bad Girls Club aired its 4th season. On December 1st, 2009, the first episode of season 4 aired, and Natalie Nunn pretty much caught viewers by surprise and by storm because she immediately became the most hated but also the most beloved character because of her negative, shady, abusive, toxic, and draining antics.
Out of the 3 black girls, who's the hottest one?
You're so the hottest black girl.
Okay, I have a good idea. Let's put lame bitch.
But that's mean.
What do you mean it's mean? Shut up. It's so funny. Because big nose. Too black.
With that, you don't need to make her ugly.
Her nose looks like a gorilla nose. I'm Puerto Rican, Brazilian, and black. I grew up around like white kids, and so dark-skinned girls never seem to like me.
And Natalie Nunn became known as the girl who was loud, crazy, and went around saying that she ran LA, even though she's from a suburb outside of Oakland, and she is not technically from the Bay at all. So the new generation knows Natalie as this hood, bout that life, bossy ass chick.
Google Natalie Nunn and my nigga. That's why I'm with my nigga. Like 13 years in this shit. Because I do everything for my nigga in the entire world. Like, I'm a real psycho crazy bitch, like I go dumb.
But this is how I and a lot of us who are old enough to remember Natalie when she first came out, remember Natalie.
Work out very well. Do you let black people in your bar often? I really feel bad, I'm so sorry. I honestly do. Because don't stereotype all black people, okay? I told them that if we can get it together from now until next Friday at every rehearsal, everyone's showing me that they can get along, we can probably have another top model. But as of right now, Miss Barbie Nunn says there won't be any top model.
And let's not also forget her tweets during the time her show Bad Girls Club was airing. Mind you, she was like 24 years old tweeting like this, where she basically tweeted, "This bitch got me fucked up. I promise if I catch her nappy-headed and hair dark-skinned monkey-looking ass in the streets, I'll personally F you up." Then she tweeted another woman saying, "Why when I be in the club, the black girls be walking up to me all smelling like cocoa butter? I be cool off of them. Ha 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 ha." Then let's also remember her tweets where she basically said back in 2009 during her show airing, "Why is it that black girls wrap their hair LOL?" Then tweeting, "No, the dark-skinned one who looks like a monkey. Ha 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 ha. And this is the Natalie that I know." Natalie Nunn also had an obsession with being deemed as exotic, to the point where she also used to lie about being of Brazilian ancestry.
And Natalie, I'm curious, what ethnicity are you?
I'm Puerto Rican, Brazilian, and African American.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
badass. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, that's a good combo. That's working for you.
Her mother's white and Puerto Rican, and her father's black. So
okay, that makes more sense. So
there's
nobody.
There's no Brazilian.
There's no Brazilian. Okay, because
she's been to Brazil, but there's no Brazilian.
She had a little Valley Girl accent. She grew up in wealth and privilege for most of her entire life, and her mom's name is Karen.
Hi, I'm Karen, Natalie's mom.
This is how I know Natalie, and this is how this generation knows Natalie.
Bring her the fuck outside right the fuck now. Bring her the fuck outside!
Back in 2009, Chris Brown and Rihanna had their insanely controversial assault where Chris Brown physically assaulted Rihanna, gave her a black eye, basically beat her ass, bit her, physically assaulted her, even to the point where Rihanna was crying and screaming for help. This was a big deal all over the media, and most of us know where we were when we heard about the situation. Natalie Nunn, when this season actually aired and started filming, used it as an opportunity to shit and drag Rihanna when she asked one of her castmates were they a fan of Chris Brown.
Chris Brown's at high. Do you like Chris Brown?
No.
What do you mean no?
He beat up his girlfriend. Why would I like
Who
somebody
cares?
else
Because she was a punk. She got her ass beat for a reason.
There's no reason to beat a girl.
Yeah, Rihanna's crazy. You don't know her.
I don't care. You don't hit somebody.
She's crazy.
You can work everything out with words. You don't need to hit somebody.
Natalie Nunn became the star of the show instantaneously because many media outlets picked that particular scene up. And many people were trying to wonder who this girl was. Who is she? What makes her so popular or so special to Chris Brown? The media managed to snag some photos of her and Chris Brown off of Natalie's Facebook page. Season 4 of The Bad Girls Club to this day is one of the biggest seasons of the Bad Girls Club franchise. And it even got to a point where Natalie Nunn was offered spin-offs, Natalie Nunn was offered hosting gigs, and Natalie Nunn became in high demand because of her attachment to Chris Brown and Rihanna. And the Oxygen network that aired the show basically milked it for as much as they could because, again, over 4 million people were tuned into that particular season. Then that following year, in the year 2009, TMZ some way somehow obtained some never-before-seen footage of Natalie claiming that Chris Brown was trying to marry her.
Those two guys you brought in go. They go back out?
I didn't want them. I want Chris Brown. Chris Brown's waiting for me. What do you mean, on Willowburg in Hollywood? You're whack. He's waiting at the studio. You're the one like, he beats women. He doesn't beat me. He doesn't beat me. He might beat Rihanna. He ain't gonna beat a bad girl, though. I'm trying to go to Chris Brown's studio. Not in these pink shoes, though. You have to switch with me. He's gonna be like, cheap. If I went to the studio like this, he'd be like, who are you? And like 2 nights ago, he was trying to marry me.
And once she got to a point where she was constantly addressing her situationship with Chris Brown Chris Brown then made a statement to the media and even wrote on his Twitter page back in 2009 that he has no idea who the fuck Natalie even is.
Reality shows are talking about you and everything. You know, you're hot in these streets.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you brought that up. That girl is kind of crazy.
You smashed the homie, admit it.
No, I didn't even smash. That's the funny thing. Like, I don't even know who she is. Like, I didn't even know she was famous on TV or none of that. So she came and asked for pictures twice. That's why we got 2 pictures. And I'm like, okay. Oh. So when she took the pictures, I just heard the rumors. I didn't know you.
That's kind of embarrassing, considering she went out of her way to defend him for his domestic violence dispute, just for him to say that he doesn't even know her. And Natalie famously responded, saying the following.
All right, so yeah, that's his side of the story. So what is the extent of the relationship? Did you?
You know what? This is what it is. It's like Chris and I, we have mutual friends, and so the whole thing is like I went to USC, and all my best friends were music industry majors.
And you were an athlete,
I'm an athlete. Yeah, I mean I was on the Junior Olympic track team. I ran track. I played soccer. You know that's my Brazilian side. But that's my Brazilian side. But
and her father's black. So
okay, that makes more sense. So nobody.
There's no Brazilian.
There's no Brazilian.
No. So all of a sudden. Yeah, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? I've known Chris since like 2004. So one of those pictures that went on TMZ was from like 2004. And then there was one of me sitting on his lap, which was true, was at a roller skating party. But it was after the roller skating party. So let's not.
Because I don't think you just let somebody sit on your lap and snap a photo like when somebody says, can I take a picture with you?
In my pajamas. Oh. Yeah, in my pajamas.
You went to the party in your pajamas?
No. Yeah, I mean, thank you. So, I mean, we could really go there. Like, I Twittered, like, straight to him, like, at Mechanical Dummy. Yes, I just put you on with the Twitter thing, yes. And I just let him know, like, you don't want me to really go there. Like, I will put some naked pictures of you out on the internet.
You do not have naked pictures of Chris Brown.
What? Where's the laptop?
No, you don't. You're lying. I don't believe you.
Okay, well, let him test me again. Go ahead.
Can you show me?
This is the bad girls, okay, Chris? So don't play with me.
I heard he's packing. Is that true? That's what I heard. Y'all did mess around, then he said you didn't, and then you took it back and said, well, no, it was nothing.
Because everybody was trying to say it was like we were dating, and that's not what it was. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Not at all.
So
like
you guys fucked.
Oh.
For real?
No, you know what? I smashed the homie.
All right, there it is.
Evidently, Natalie was furious, and anytime somebody asked her about Chris Brown, she would immediately get annoyed, turn her head, or she would immediately go in about the fact that they did have a past relationship, and that Chris Brown only denied her to save face.
Do you still talk to Chris Brown, and do you have anything to say about that?
I don't have anything to say.
Nothing?
About it, no.
No comment?
No comment at all. Like, the biggest joke of all jokes. That's all I have to say.
Why is it a joke?
Because he's a joke.
He's a joke.
He's a big joke. You know what I mean? The Bad Girls Club is a bad look for you. But don't judge on what I do on TV to say, oh, I don't know somebody, or, oh, I've never been affiliated with somebody. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, like everybody else in your camp, like everybody else in the industry that's seen people together or hung around everybody, you look like a liar, you look like whatever it is. Don't cross the line.
Right.
That's all. You know what I mean?
Right.
You could say no comment. Like I'm about to say no more comments. I don't care.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you know what it is. I know what it is. Everybody that was around us knows what it is. Don't throw people under the bus, because you never know. Like right now, you're here and Natalie's here. Let him play sign him up for a circus or something. I don't know. Like I don't really care. But I mean, at the time, you know what I mean. My feelings were hurt when he tried to play me and act like he didn't know who I was and all that, which is fine. I could play the game too. You know what I mean. I could just say you asked for a fan picture with me. Why does it have to be vice versa? You know what I mean? Like I'm asking for a picture with you, but I'm sitting on your lap in my sweats like we're chilling at my house on the couch. So over it. I don't know, so there was no romantic relationship with him at all. That's what you're saying? No, that's not what I'm saying, Black TV. Okay, we just want to clear it up. No, he was a friend. I'm young. I'm not here. I don't have a ring on my finger. I'm young. I could do whatever the hell I want to do. And decided to do Chris.
Did anything ever happen with you and Chris?
We're friends.
Yeah, friends. Some friends are just friends. Some friends sleep with one another. Some friends kiss. Some friends are.
I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I feel like I defend myself. I defend Chris in a sense on that.
He didn't defend you. Like he went in on his Twitter. Like he was just like, you know, I don't know this girl.
But unfortunately, this wasn't the first time Natalie tried to name drop and attach herself to someone else's man or situation. Let's also not forget about the time where she went in on Amber Rose because she was messing around with Wiz Khalifa, allegedly.
And I'm like, it's all good. I don't really give a fuck, you know? Give a fuck? I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. So, pictures is floating on the internet. Next day, Natalie Nunn was Khalifa kissing in the club. It's my party. But, you know, Wiz is like, I'm gonna get you from the airport. I'm gonna get you from the airport. I really want to get you from the airport. Like, can I get you from the airport? Sure, you could get me from the airport. You know what I mean? It's nothing.
Her saying these things are what got her covered by TMZ. Her saying those things are what raked up numbers for Oxygen's Bad Girls Club. And her saying those things are what kept her in high demand and high profile. But of course, many Chris Brown fans and many people in the media even went around alluding that Natalie Nunn may just be an escort because she goes around name dropping all these celebrities and name dropping the fact that men just do whatever she wants and men are always buying her private jets, nice cars, and much more. And this has been pressed heavily, not just by the media, but even during interviews.
So these guys are totally like, we love Natalie. They're buying freaking $10,000 worth of shoes. Like, I had a client who spent $100,000 on shoes in 1 year just buying from me just because he wanted to call on the phone. Or just because he wanted to carry a conversation. It was like he didn't even know what the shoe looked like, just send it to him.
But Natalie, everybody at home's wondering. Like,
I'm telling you.
No, but everybody's wondering. They're like, wait a minute, is that all? You're just calling them on the phone? They're just giving you cars?
Some of them lived in like Mexico City. Some of them.
You never hooked up with any of them?
I'm telling you right now, some of them I didn't even see. Like they would.
But you did hook up with some of them.
Never. I'm not. Because you're giving me that whole guilty. Why not?
No, I saw it in your eyes. I can see it in the eyes.
I work very hard. Excuse me. Shut the up for 1 second. Bitch, my daughter will never have to lay on her back for a free meal. I take care of mine. You go the next person so you can get a new pair of shoes, bitch.
It's no secret that Natalie Nunn has obviously been an escort because she's even been blasted by her own friends. And there's several photos on the internet of Natalie doing some explicit things on the dark internet where she's showing her poom poom, popping her poom poom. You can literally go on Reddit and type in keywords Natalie Nunn naked or Natalie Nunn OnlyFans, and you can find all types of explicit things of Natalie on Reddit. Much of the Rihanna and Chris Brown and Natalie Nunn scandal was addressed on national television during the Bad Girls Club reunion, and Natalie famously apologized, so maybe that was the end of the feud between her and Rihanna.
I, as a woman, I don't condone domestic violence in any means, but the side of the story that I heard, which is obviously coming from Chris Brown's mouth, you know, the situation was ugly from both sides.
She deserved it.
I don't think she deserved it, but
You're lying now.
No,
you said that she deserved it.
I said that. I did say I said that, and there's no taking it back because the whole world has seen it. But now I am going to make a statement that says I don't condone domestic violence from either party.
So after that aired and you said Rihanna deserved it, there were reports that she confronted you. Is that true?
Yeah, in New York City, she basically said something in a nightclub that was like, you know, her table was next to my table and our parties exchanged words. But we both had security there and it never got to the point
where... You had security?
Perez, I had security.
If you have anything to say to Rihanna now, what would you tell her?
Like, I would like to apologize to her and her party and anybody that felt that I condoned domestic violence from that clip.
But of course, Natalie didn't stop there. Natalie eventually went on to date Rihanna's cousin. Yes, she literally used to mess around with a man named TJ, who is known for being Rihanna's first cousin. And obviously many people speculate that this was a publicity stunt because how is it that a year or so after the debacle, she's out here taking photos with Rihanna's first cousin and there's photos of them kicking it and hanging out and being touchy-feely with one another. But shockingly enough, in a resurfaced tweet, many of Rihanna fans found this tweet that Rihanna posted back in 2011 of Rihanna saying, "At Miss Natalie Nunn, you made my cuz go MIA on a motherfucker," which makes people assume that we're on good terms and that they're cordial. Because why would Rihanna tweet this? But my guess is they obviously ended on decent terms. But I don't know. Rihanna's the same person who ended up going back to Chris after he beat her ass. So I'm not too surprised at this period. But I do find it kind of funny how a lot of people just simply forgot about this, because if Natalie had said this now, things would be a little bit different for Natalie. And it's very clear that this generation doesn't really know who Natalie Nunn really is.
Bring her the fuck outside. I'm not playing with you, my nigga. I swear to God, on my motherfucking life, bro.
Beyond what they see on Baddies, because a lot of this generation did not watch her on Bad Girls Club and doesn't remember all the fucked up shit she did. But that was just a nice throwback, nostalgic moment of what happened back in the early 2000s, because there was a lot going on back in the early 2000s, and Natalie Nunn was a prime example of that. But that was that for this video. Hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Please be sure to give me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And yeah, that's that. Choice out this bitch. Not really sure how you feel about it. Something about the way you move makes me feel like I can't live without you, and it takes me all the way. I want you to stay. I want you to stay. It's funny, you're the broken one, but I'm the one who needed true saving. Ooh, I give her how. Ooh, if you got to hold on, I want you to stay. Ooh, I want you to stay. That's all you get for free.